Growing up, I always loved the music of Memphis and the music that Memphis inspired. But I have to say it was pretty much a coincidence that I wrote All Shook Up, which is an Elvis jukebox musical, and Memphis, which I wrote with David Bryan. David and I both are intrinsically optimists. So we wanted to make sure that the show, though it told a true and gritty story about a time of segregation, which was obviously a horrible, horrible thing, we wanted to make sure that at the end people left feeling as inspired by this music and by these character stories as we were. Any writer who wants to write musicals, I always tell, first thing, I think you should go see as many musicals as you can, read as many musicals as you can, form your own opinions about them, and also listen to as much and as varied different types of music as you can. The most important thing to do first about a musical is to figure out the story, figure out the characters, figure out what their journey is going to be, and really have that written down so you have a good foundation to work from. And of course that story will change as you write, but it's from the foundation of the story and the characters that we write songs. So that's really the first step in writing a musical, is figuring out what your story is and why these people are singing these songs. Then generally we write the songs, and then we need to get it up on its feet. Generally we'll do a couple of readings or work sessions where we'll have actors sit around and read the script and sing the songs just to see how compelling it is. And then once it's at a stage where we feel, and hopefully theaters or producers feel, that it's ready to go before an audience, we'll get a production, generally in a smaller theater, just to sort of see how the audience reacts to it and what work needs to be done on it. But generally doing a musical is a multi-year process. You keep refining, you keep rewriting, and musicals are also, I think, one of the most complex art forms there are, because the music, the words, the choreography, the design, everything about it has to work in sync. So it takes a lot of work, but when you get it right, it's nothing more thrilling. When I'm working on a new show, I generally do go back and sort of watch or read or listen to musicals or shows that I sort of feel have inspired me in some way, or I feel really have done something successfully that I'm maybe trying to do in the new show. I'm a huge fan of the Rodgers and Hammerstein musicals. I think sort of their 5 really famous ones are perfect musicals and brilliantly structured and written. I'm a big fan of rock and roll, so I love sort of the rock musicals. So this sort of depends, but I do, America has such a rich musical theater heritage that I do draw on that as much as I can. I think when you're a writer, you sort of just have it in you. So as a kid, I loved to read, and I always, I think, kept a journal, and I always loved to write. And then my folks exposed me to theater when I was a kid. And the first Broadway show I ever saw was 1776. And I sort of remember where I was sitting at the time. The lights came up, and I saw the Continental Congress, and for every reason I was hooked. I was just sort of hooked on theater, and I love musicals. And I just, kept writing and writing as a kid, and then as a young adult. And I wrote for many years when no one cared. Writing for musicals and writing for any discipline is all about persistence. You have to keep writing. For many, many years, people will tell you, no, 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 you can't do it, and you have to not listen to them, and you have to keep at it, and you have to keep educating yourself and getting better.